Mr. Abaro Jibrin, I represent Kano North. Mr. President, let me begin by commending Mr. President and indeed, together with his team, our government, for being able to put the budget, the proposed bill, the bill together, which was submitted yesterday. Indeed, it is the determination that we have all agreed upon that the legislature and executive should work together to make sure that the budget cycle is reverted to begin from January and to end in December. I understand they did a good job. They worked very hard, day and night, to make that the presentation possible yesterday. Having said so, let me also commend the President and his team, the Executive Arm of Government, for creating a very, very sound premise for the budget. This premise, which has four components. These components, if actualized based on the projections, I'm sure our economy will become better, and we will have started on the trajectory of getting to where we want to get to in terms of having a sound economy. These four components of these very important premise, of course, they are fiscal consolidation, investing in critical infrastructure, incentivizing private sector, and enhancing our social investment program in order to further deepen their impact on the poorest of the poor, those vulnerable Nigerians. This is a very, very sound premise. Also, when you look at the revenue projections, the total revenue, which is 8.155 trillion this year, is against 7.5 that was projected last year. I think the government has also done well here, particularly when one looks at the fact that you have 2.64 for oil revenues and 1.81 for non-oil revenues and other revenues of 3.9 trillion. Why I say the government has done well here is because there's an attempt to move away from dependence on oil revenue. You can see now that the diversification policy of government is the result. That's what we've been talking about. Let's not depend on oil. Let's look elsewhere, other products. And clearly, this projection has really shown that government is serious. Government is serious to actualize this long-term policy of the government to move away from depending on oil revenue, but to diversify our economy. So I would want to say that all agencies of government that have a responsibility, of actualizing these important targets should be on their toes and work hard to make sure that we actualize these important. Because if you don't actualize the revenue projections, then the budget may not be implemented. But it's doable. It's doable, and we must do it. And as I said, when we are passing the MTF, the Finance Committee and indeed all the other committees that are responsible, that have oversight jurisdictions on these agencies, must now work harder so that we can improve our economy. Now, other key assumptions that have been projected also show that the government is serious. It shows that the ZM is now all out to turn around our economy. The oil production benchmark of 2.18 is something that is doable, and from the interactions we've had with the Ministry of Finance and indeed the Executive Arm of Government as a whole, there's that zeal to make sure that all that needs to be done will be done, to make sure that the oil production target is met. Government is ensuring peace now, total peace in Niger Delta. It has re-energized the Niger Delta Ministry by appointing one of us who was a senator here to man that ministry. So with all these efforts, I'm sure there won't be problem in terms of meeting this target. The exchange rate of $3.05, well, it's also good. It has been consistent. It was what was projected last year, and it's something that is also good. And then again, the government is also very conservative in terms of the predication it has made on the oil price. Well, now it's beyond $60, but it decided to make it 57. We all decided. Of course, it was a joint effort, when we passed the MTEL, that it should be 57. That is to be on the conservative side, which is very, very good. If we are able to harness more money, harvest more money from there, if the price continues to go up, then of course government can come in with a supplementary budget to now utilize the funds that will come in terms of excess crude. Now, the expenditure, the recurrent expenditure, particularly the personnel cost, it has gone higher than last year, and the reason is very clear. It was said by Mr. President yesterday that there's a need to increase that money so that the minimum wage will be paid to workers, which is very good, and also to increase the salaries of our men and women in uniform, which is good. We are faced with problems of security. You need to enhance the welfare of these patriotic Nigerians so that they can do well to keep us safe. This is also very good. I give kudos to Mr. President for doing that. Now, the capital side of the budget. Yes, it's lower than last year because this year is 2.46, whereas last year it was 3.18. But the zeal expressed by Mr. President to make sure that the projects in the budget that are now ongoing will be fully implemented. This is very good. Let's not be so ambitious, bring in several projects that the money that are going to be available to us will not be able to take care of. So I commend Mr. President for being realistic in this regard, and that is also very, very good. Now, well, again, the overhead stand at $426 billion, naira. And again, the executive also has made it clear that we should stop spending monies that are unnecessary for the operation of government. That liaison offices should not be open with reckless abandon, and something there should be a kind of prudence in terms of government spending, and this is also good. It's a good policy that will help us to make sure that we do not spend money unnecessarily in running our government. That is cutting down the cost of running government. This is a very good policy, very, very good policy that we need to commend the President for getting it introduced. Well, the deficit level, 2.18 trillion, which is also nice because it's fall within.
You can round up, please. Well, Chief Whip, please try to be.
Thank you, Chief Whip. Thank you, Chief Whip. Now, Mr. President, let me go to the sectorial. Mr. President, the sectorial allocation. Ministry of Works has 2 billion, so also Power has 127, Transportation has 130. This shows that the government is serious in providing the necessary infrastructure to drive and sustain, a private sector that will enhance the development of our economy. It's a very clear picture. It shows how serious government is. Thank you very much. And education, even though you might see that 48 billion for education here, it's beyond that. You have 112 billion for basic education, and also third fund. You have about 200 billion in third fund. So when you put that together, you find out that education is having the lion's share.